Today we're going to talk about some brand new entertainment coming to Princess that we are first going to see on the Sun Princess, and then we'll see how far it rolls out from there. We're going to talk about a new cruise port to accommodate lots and lots more cruisers going to Antarctica. We've got to talk about Celebrity and Princess. We've heard back from someone on board the Celebrity Edge this week, and so much more to talk about. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Friday, it's May 19th of 2023, and let's start off really quick. We've got a Let's Go family member who is aboard the Celebrity Edge this week. She has cruised lots and lots on Princess, and this is indeed their very first cruise on Celebrity. They are sailing in Europe, clearly that's where the Edge is, and so just a quick update. She let me know that they are indeed having a great time. They love the ship and they love the food. The only thing that they said on that exact ship right now is they feel like the service and the actual stateroom that they're in a concierge veranda. They feel like the service and the stateroom, they like it better on Princess. So it'll be really fun to hear more from them when they get home again. But I wanted to let you know that's right where we are. It's really, to me, this really drives home how individualized it is, both the perception, it is so subjective, like how the food is and how service is, things like that. In some instances, sometimes it's just flat out not quite so subjective, but at the same time, I'm thinking it surely does vary an awful lot by ship and maybe by even the sailing. So let me know if you have ever been on like the sailing of one cruise line and thought it was amazing, and then the same cruise line you went and you wondered if it was even the same place. So I'd like to hear back from you on that. I really do feel that sometime. I have been on some Princess cruises that I thought from start to finish was just remarkable in every single way, and others where it was still fabulous but not quite so much. And so share in the comments what you think about that. The next thing we're going to talk about is down in Ushuaia. That is at the very southernmost tip there of Argentina. That is where so many flights come into for passengers to set sail to go down to Antarctica or to fly further to Antarctica. It's also where a lot of cruise ships call, whether they are the expedition ships that go to Antarctica where you actually get to get off the ship and step foot on Antarctica, or if you're on like a Princess cruise ship that will sail down to Antarctica but you don't get off. This is where all of these cruise ships call, so many. And so they have just announced that they are going to build a brand new cruise terminal. Now, I have only been to Ushuaia once, and that was in January of 2020 when we went to Antarctica. We get to go there again this coming January on our Antarctica cruise. So if you want to come, we're going to have a fun time. It's January 20th for 16 days, and we're going to sail from Santiago, Chile, around to Buenos Aires, Argentina. And it does include 4 days scenic cruising in Antarctica. That region of the world, I think it's lovely to have 4 days, because then if you have bad weather on a day or two, you still have time for the weather to improve. But anyway, down in Ushuaia, they are going to build this whole new cruise terminal, and I think it is wonderful there. When we visited there in 2020, it is really beautiful there. You can see the Beagle Channel. That we did that excursion to go see the Beagle Channel, and we also saw, we went to Tierra del Fuego National Park. It is so beautiful. When you look at it like a cruise port area, to me it looked like a town that I really think will benefit over the long run from tourists coming, because they will bring a lot of, hopefully, money with them and spend it in hopefully it'll allow them to expand and have more like souvenir / gift shops. It'll make it so that they have a stronger economy there. I think it actually will be a place that benefits from that, but it'll be really fun to see their brand new cruise terminal. Now it's going to take 3 years, so we're not going to see it in January, but I am really excited for them to be able to have that. They do have really strong demand, and I could say, really more people are cruising to Antarctica than ever before. I remember studying about Antarctica in school and never thought I would get to go there, and now more people go than ever. Alrighty, now, so the new Sun Princess is coming along next year in February. Inaugural cruise February 8th. They are going to not only have this brand new ship, and so many different experiences on board, but they are partnering with, it makes me think of Cirque du Soleil that I saw in Las Vegas years and years and years ago, but they are partnering with Cirque Eloise, Eloize, and they are going to bring 3 different shows to the Sun Princess. They are going to be performed in that dome that they keep talking about. They said that it was inspired by and patterned after Santorini with the cliffs. And so that's where they're going to be performed. Now, that area there has a limited seating, and so it says that they are going to be performed more than once during the sailing so that everyone can have the chance to go. Although they still do recommend people to get there early, get a seat, so that you can be sure to get a seat. The 3 different shows that they're going to do, I'm going to tell you about them. The first one is called Blue, like B-L-U-E. It's a poetic journey between sky and ocean with highlights. The spirit of love, that highlights the spirit of love no matter how long one travels towards it may be. The second show is Come Fly Away, which is a more playful musical, it says, that is supposed to evoke the 1950s. In which the show's band leader falls head over heel for an audience member, so that should be entertaining. And then finally, the last one is called Art Beat, a colorful and uplifting show celebrating the joy of life with a kaleidoscope of characters working together in perfect harmony. So, like I said, the photos that they've got from them, which don't belong to me, so I'm not going to put them up here. It's more like your acrobatic type show. So truly, if you are familiar with Cirque du Soleil, look that up, and it looks to me from the pictures and what they explain that that's how that entertainment is going to be. So that'll be another fun thing to see about the Sun Princess. Now, when we think about the Sun Princess, to me, there are lots of different things that I think of. We have talked about that it's going to be a really different experience than we are accustomed to on a lot of princess ships. I like to think that there will be enough similar experience that I will enjoy it just as, and all of you will enjoy it as much as we currently enjoy princess cruises. Hopefully the things that they are changing will just be lovely additions, and that things will still go at least somewhat similar to what we are accustomed to, and that we all enjoy it. I wanted to ask for your input here because I'm having a really hard time finding out everything I want to know about the Sun Princess. And so if any of you in your travels, I have watched all of the videos, which are not a million, the videos that they have got out on Princess, some of the other videos that people have put out, and there are just, if you come across any other information about the Sun Princess, will you let me know? I look at cruisedeckplans.com to look at the deck plans. They're doing their best to interpret what they can figure out from this ship. But if any of you come across a really great resource about the Sun Princess, would you put it in the comments or email me? I would really appreciate it. And when I get some answers on the things that I've been asking about, I will let you know. Okie doke. So since we have the Sun Princess sailing, the February 8th itinerary, that inaugural cruise, the very first cruise that she's going to take, is going to be that 10-day inaugural Grand Mediterranean cruise. It's going to go from Barcelona to Rome. That's the one we have the group for. So I'm going to tell you about the first 3 cruises that she's going to do, because I know that there has been a lot of interest in them, and then you can kind of be thinking if you want to book on it. In looking at our inaugural cruise, there is still a lot of space left on that ship. Overall, there are a lot of different kinds of cabins available, so it's not sold out by any means. So that is going to go from Barcelona to Mallorca, down to Sicily, over to Athens and Kusadasi, stop in Santorini, go up to Naples, and then go into Rome. Then the Grand Mediterranean, I think I like this itinerary maybe a little bit better. Okay, a lot better. It's okay though. So round trip out of Rome, you get to go to Sicily, Naples, Corfu, which is in Greece, Athens, Kusadasi, which that's Turkey, by the way, for Ephesus, and then Santorini, and then finally that third one, it goes from Rome to Barcelona. So you get the Barcelona to the Rome round trip, and then Rome back to Barcelona. So that one is just going to kind of do the reverse of ours. So same cruise as the first one that I told you about. Now, along with that, I announced this when they started it, but I wanted to remind you all that that sale that they're advertising, that you can get several different cruises for only $60 a day, is still going on, and it is going on. It started on May 3rd. It's going on through May 31st. So if you know you want to travel somewhere, this is a good time to look and see what's available. Of course, it's not all the cruise itineraries, but there's enough of them that if you just want to get away, and $60 a day, which really, you think of like your food in a hotel room, and then if you're going to go somewhere and rent a car, like how are you going to do that for $60 a day? So I wanted to remind you all about that. Let me know if you need any help. Finally, I don't know how many of you are considering a world cruise. I don't have the time or the money for a world cruise, but it sounds absolutely lovely to me. So the 2025 world cruise, if you book it by May 31st, then you get an extra $500 of onboard spending money. You get your airfare and you get some extra specialty dining. You also get a 5%, you guys, future cruise credit on the cruise fare if you pay in full by May 31st of 2023. So on the one hand, you think, oh, 5% isn't very much. But it's better than nothing, right? I would say look at how much money your money is earning in the bank and then decide which is better. And then finally it says Princess Captain Circle members can also save up to $1,000 a person. So when you're looking at those, if you need any help, let me know. But if you know you want to go on a world cruise, I would book it so that you get those extra perks. Alrighty. Now, we talked about Bar Harbor limiting the number of cruise ships and really cruise passengers that they're letting into their port there. And it reminded me, like I told you, they were talking about limiting the number of ships that come into Alaska. As they were talking, as she was telling me about, what she'd heard there in Bar Harbor, I was like also thinking, to me, Skagway came to my mind. But it reminded me of a story back in Juneau, and our Let's Go family reminded me of it too. And it was like back in April, I remember talking about it, that Juneau is going to limit the number of large cruise ships that they let into their port, and it's going to start next year. They are still going to allow 5 large cruise ships. I know that sometimes that there are 6 this year, but 5 is still an awful lot. And for a little town, I know that impacts them, but they do love the tourist dollar there. It really does strengthen their economy. If you don't know this about Juneau, like you cannot drive in, and you have to fly in or come on a ship, a boat. There are no direct roads that take you into Juneau. That's how remote it is and how the terrain is around it. So it really does matter to them that they get a lot of good support from the tourist industry. So they had already had, it sounds like, a gentleman's agreement, but they signed the agreement, and it is set in stone that they are indeed going to do that. One thing I thought about it though, and I am going to keep an eye out in the news, and in the articles that I can find, it doesn't talk about it, but it's been, I want to say over a year ago now, that Norwegian announced that they were going to build a new dock there in Juneau, and that the land, and maybe they were working with the Huna people as well to be able to do that. I wish I could remember all the details. I went back looking for it and couldn't find it right off, but I will keep my eye out for some more information for you about that. But five large cruise ships a day should be plenty that everyone that wants to go can go. Let's talk really quickly a little bit more about Alaska. So Norwegian, the Norwegian Spirit has been planning to be in Alaska during the 2024 season, but that ship has been chartered, so she is not going to be there all the time like they were expecting. So all of the bookings that go from July 3rd of 2024 clear through September 18th of 2024 have had to be canceled. And so people are, of course, are given options. They can have their money back. They can book on another cruise with Norwegian if they want to go this year, or if they want to choose another ship next year, they can do that. But I thought it was really interesting that this far out, that ship is already chartered that much. But even though they're still going to have 4 ships, Norwegian will, in Alaska next year. So they're going to have the Encore, the Norwegian Bliss, the Jewel, and the Norwegian Sun. So it sounds like Norwegian will still be covering Alaska really well next year. But if you are booked on one of those cruises and you have not received your email letting you know about it, give Norwegian or your travel agent a call, alrighty, and they'll help you with it. So finally, we keep talking about Starlink here, and you know, I get excited every time I hear that a cruise line is going to start having Starlink, the internet, on board. So Seabourn has 2 of their expedition ships that are going to be getting Starlink this year. So the first one that is going to get it is the Seabourn Venture, and that is supposed to come out like this month in May of 2023, and it's going to start working with their Arctic season. So they go up north during the summer when it's warm enough to do that, and so all of those passengers will be able to enjoy Starlink. And then also their Seabourn Pursuit, another ship, that one is supposed to be outfitted with Starlink right after the Seabourn Venture is. And so if you happen to be booked on one of those cruises, let us know. How exciting. Seabourn is on my bucket list. Yeah, I get so excited because I think not only it makes it easier for people to work online, but it makes it easier for families to stay connected like every day. And I just love that. I try to do that in my life with my family. And so I really like that Starlink is going to help with that. So a lot to look forward to. If you haven't subscribed yet, would you please subscribe? We need you with us. And if you have been on a cruise ship lately, please send us an update and let us know how everything is going. If you also appreciate these updates, would you please give this video a thumbs up? And I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.